Contrast is the juxtaposition of starkly different elements, like
to be or not to be.
Or
you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Or
Espiritu Sancti. Michael Rizzi, go in peace and may the Lord...
But we're just scratching the surface. Good versus evil, rags to riches, straight man and funny guy. A character arc? That's just the contrast between point A and point B. High stakes? That's maximizing the contrast between the best case scenario and the worst case scenario. Plot twist? What you thought would happen versus what is happening. Contrast! It's all fucking contrast. Has it all been contrast this whole time? No. But it is foundational and too often overlooked. Contrast creates the contours that define your story. It amps up your biggest moments. And in and of itself, it's beautiful. So let's see how it works. Are you ever watching a show with a friend and you're like, dude, it's episode 4 and nothing is happening? And they're like, don't worry, they're lining up the dominoes, let them cook. And you're like, bro, have you seen Up? Up is mostly whatever, except for one legendary sequence powered by the contrast between joy and grief. It depicts a loving marriage, spending time together, doing chores together, having fun together, miscarriage. The couple continues their happy life, growing old together until the wife dies, and the husband is left to grieve alone. So yeah, extremely, extremely effective. Just watching this for research, I cried comically many times, and they do all of this in 4 minutes and 22 seconds. Let's break it down. Here's a graph of my feelings while watching the clip. Notice that the turns are sharp. That's how you get the biggest impact, if that's what you're going for. However, it's not all turns. Between the pivots, it stays steady, because you need time to establish whatever it is you're subverting before you can subvert it. But wait, why is there a tragedy in the middle? What's that for? Look at the big picture. The point of this sequence is to make this shot maximally sad. So it needs to be preceded by something maximally happy. And we can make that happy time seem happier by preceding it with another tragedy. So by doubling down like this, it's leapfrogging itself. So cool. Okay, so that was high emotional contrast. What happens when we remove emotional contrast? We get this horrible sequence from season 2 of Arcane, mourning Kate's dead mom. We are so sad. It's so sad. Charcoal art. Mourning. Sad. Everyone is sad. All day long. So sad. So sad. The standard way to do this would be the dead wife under the sheets. You know, flash back to the good times and then flash forward to the sad times. Or, alternatively, instead of just sad, we could go bittersweet. But instead they skip both of those, and so it's just nothing for 7 minutes and 9 seconds. Unacceptable. Get it out of my sight. So that's emotional contrast. What else can we contrast? I'm going to lay out 4 main categories. The first is emotional contrast, which we just did. Next, philosophical contrast. Throw together 2 characters with contrasting worldviews. Pull a fish out of water, send a character on an arc. It works every time. Obviously, this is where a lot of theme happens, but it's also fertile ground for comedy.
Would you like to sample our vegan bacon? 100% meatless.
Yes, please.
This category also contains contrasting abstract ideas like heroes and villains, life and death. Does that belong here? I don't know. Here it is. Leave a comment. Then we have factual contrast. This is when a truth is asserted and then denied.
I'm gonna save my dad's life.
Used correctly, it makes stories easier to understand and feel less random. It's great for action scenes, and snappy dialogue is usually factual contrast.
Was there cannibalism?
No.
To see it in action, let's bring out a heavy hitter. Luke, I am your father. We're going to keep track of the pivoting facts of the scene using this circle right here. Oh no, Luke is losing. Will he die? Not yet. Oh no, he's losing again. Vader's gonna kill him. Wait, no.
Join me.
But Luke will never join you.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father.
He told me enough. He told me you killed him.
Luke, I am your father.
No. It's not true. That's impossible.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true.
Truly iconic. And I want to celebrate the genius of contrasting "you killed my father" and "I am your father." Like, are killing someone and being someone opposites? Yes! Search your feelings, you know it to be true. Also, notice that they only really play "Luke's gonna die" twice. It's not hours of "he's gonna win, he's gonna lose, he's gonna win, he's gonna lose." That's not what we want. You want contrast across your contrast. Mix it up. Finally, sensory contrast. This is so powerful and so often overlooked. It can really amp up your prose, and in film, we're talking editing, soundtrack, jump scares. And visual contrast can convey important information, such as which character is which and what's going on. As a good example, let's check out The Matrix. The Matrix's style is instantly recognizable. Dark colors, synthetic materials, tight spaces, unnatural green, blue, and garish white lighting. But in one scene, the Wachowskis break all their own rules. Neo is downloading martial arts into his brain. It's scored with relentless, clanging music. And then...
I know Kung Fu.
Show me.
Look at this set. After an hour of glowering, moody, inhospitable environments, we're here. Sunlight, natural materials, a huge airy space. It's a visceral, tangible breath of fresh air. And this sensory punch doesn't just feel good. It makes us taste the freedom that Neo and Morpheus are fighting for, which amps up the whole rest of the movie. Incredible. In conclusion, contrast is, by far, the most powerful technique a writer can master. Learning how to see stories through this lens will transform your work. Contrast conveys information, it holds attention, and it generates aesthetic pleasure. Once you know what emotions, philosophies, facts, or sensations you're trying to contrast, there are actually 2 more decisions you have to make. You thought there were 4 types of contrast? There are 36 combinatorics. So like and subscribe for part 2, leave a comment. I would love to hear what you guys think. This video took so long to write. That's all I got. See you next time.